What's going on, ViJaGamers? It's the ViJaPlayer here, and today I have my primary weapon perk recommendations. We are getting it started with the auto rifles. I'm sorry if anything goes too fast for you. Sorry, it's going too fast for me too. Alright, so glass half full, persistence, and unflinching. I'm not exactly sure if unflinching is on auto rifles or not, but if it is, it's definitely a really strong perk to have, especially on snipers, but we'll get to those in the next video. So you saw those. We're getting it started off with the older perks, and then I'm gonna hit you off with the newer perks, and of course, crowd control. This is an epic perk to have on any weapon, but it can't be on all weapons. I don't believe. And we're gonna get it. Like I said, we have the newer perks, and I think Battle Runner and Hot Swap are gonna work really well for almost any weapon. You know, speed and better accuracy with no drawbacks whatsoever. Those are always a good thing to have on. And of course, Small Bone and Grave Robber. Small Bone, of course, is replacing Hammer Forged, if you didn't know, in the new DLC with a slower reload and reduced mag. I think it should work pretty well. It could screw me over in the long run, but we'll see how it works. And as you saw there, it's gonna be hand cannons next. Luck in the Chamber, Mulligan, and Clown Cartridge are gonna be my go-to perks for hand cannons, I believe. That and a couple of the new ones too. Crowd control, if you can get it on a hand cannon, I would suggest. And depending on how much bullets the hand cannon holds, final round would be a really good perk to have on. Especially if it has like 5 or 4 bullets. I saw one that had 3 or something like that. And of course, Small Bone, because there is no Hammer Forged, and I just decided to throw that in here because it's a newer one. And you saw their Hidden Hand. Oh, I cannot wait to see what that thing does. I think Hidden Hand is going to be an absolute beast in PvP. The last two I have is Icarus and Hop Swap. I think these are going to work really well, especially with you hunters out there who are always jumping around. Icarus, Hot Swap. I think jumping up in the air and pulling out your pistol, I think it's going to work really well. The next thing we're going to talk about is pulse rifles, and these 3 perks are going to be my main ones that I'm going for. Head Seeker, Glass Half Full, and Full Auto. These are the perks that I really want on a pulse rifle, especially Head Seeker and Glass Half Full. I mean, they just work so well, and a lot of the Crucible ones even had them for last DLC. And of course, the new perks, Hidden Hand, Army of One, and Hot Swap. I think all 3 of those perks are going to work pretty well for pulse rifles. Not exactly sure. I really want to see how they work in the Crucible. And of course, Injection Mold or Small Bone. You're never going to have these 2 perks on. These are optional mid-tier perks, is what I like to call them, in case you didn't know. So that's pretty much it for the pulse rifles. We're going to move on to the last primary weapons, and it's going to be the scout rifles. Now the scout rifles I am completely horrible with, even though they're pretty fun to use. They're okay to use, but of course you're going to want to use Rodeo, Luck in the Chamber, or Mulligan for these scout rifles. I think all 3 of these perks are going to be really good on a scout rifle. So yeah, I mean, anything that gives you more damage or less recoil is always a good one. And the newer perks that I think are going to work real well are Hot Swap, Hidden Hand, and Icarus. Again, Icarus, I don't know how. I want to see how that one works. I still don't know. I want to see it because it might not be good for a scout rifle or not. And we're coming up on the last 2 perks here, which I think Reinforced Barrel and Hand Laid Stock are going to work really well. They're going to be a really good mid-tier perk for the scout rifles. I think either or, so it's either it's increased stability or increased range and decrease of the ladder or whatever. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is just me talking about the recommended perks. I hope you guys enjoy this video. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.